The youth group put the pressure on to get Abby to come out to their trivia night. They go to trivia night every Thursday night. And this time they tried to lure Abby with a man.
They didn't just lure me. They held me at like emotional gunpoint, except the gun in this scenario is a man. So the youth group, which consists of Rebecca, our social media producer, Jackson, who does something back there, I don't know, Mikey, who also does something that I'm unaware of, Katie, who runs the world here, and also Amber, who's our phone screener. And so every Thursday, they do trivia at this bar in Midtown. And a thing about me is if I'm going to Midtown, like I need 3 to 4 business days to emotionally prepare for the traffic. I need to scope out the parking situation. I need time to shout. It's a whole thing. Going down to Midtown's a big deal, even though I don't live that far from it. It just feels like you're crossing an ocean to get this part of town. So I typically skip out because, you got to be up at 4:35 a.m. to chat on the radio. So going out to a bar the night before work, not exactly the most appealing situation for me. But I do harbor some guilt over it because, they're my friends and I want to hang out with them. So we're hanging out in the studio doing our jobs a couple of days before trivia. And Jackson, who does something in the back rooms, says that he's bringing a man that he wants to set me up with to trivia. And I'm like, first of all, this feels like this could have been a conversation before we were doing our jobs. It felt like this could have been a text, but whatever. Second of all, I'm like, okay, well, if there's a reason that could potentially lead to some good on-air content or maybe a boyfriend, I'm interested. So he prefaced who this man was. I wasn't really feeling it because I already knew that he was trying to set me up with this guy like previously, like a year or two before he mentioned him, and I saw him on Hinge and I liked him on Hinge and didn't like me back. So I was like, I don't really want to date this man. So anyway, trivia comes around and the plan is to still go out. Apparently they're still bringing this man, and I'm like,
You sound thrilled.
Right.
I'll show
Still
up.
bringing him.
Still bringing this dude who's not interested in me, but Jackson's like chatting me up, being like, "You're so excited. You can't wait to meet you. I think you guys are going to get along great. Just go out with him once and just meet him." I'm like, okay, I will go. I'm already stressed out about it because I'm like, gotta go to Midtown and I need to clean my apartment because I'm going to Jacksonville. So I've got a lot of stuff on my mind. I'm not really in the mood to be social. I'm not in my sexiest state of mind, but I go nonetheless. I shower. I put on a hat. Put on a sweatshirt.
Wow. You really put a ton of effort into.
Put on my Brooks running shoes. I'm looking like the epitome of sex appeal.
Put it on.
But here's the thing, it's trivia night at a bar. You shouldn't have to get all dolled up.
Yeah, it's a dive bar. So Rebecca, she was so kind. She picked me up and promised to park for me so I wouldn't have to deal with that. Perfect. The parking situation stressed me out. I'm like, I got to know, do I need to parallel park? Do I need to pay for parking? Do I need to, it's just a whole thing.
Do you do what I do? Do you go to Google Maps and look it up to see what kind of the parking, what the parking situation is going to be? Because I hate going to places I've never been and I don't know what the parking situation is
I hate it. Specifically,
Look up parking before you go.
that's what happens when you have a car, Mo.
I've had a car for 15 years. When are y'all going to get this?
And it's always when somebody invites you out to coffee. I don't know why coffee shops are always the places with the worst parking. Anyway, so I roll up to the bar. I'm ready for trivia. I'm sitting down. We order some nachos.
Ooh, really quick, have you ever gone somewhere, couldn't find a parking spot, and you just left?
Oh my God. I just did that at a Sweet Peach. Did you? So you endorsed Sweet Peach and they were kind enough to gift me free laser hair removal. And on Thursday, a couple weeks ago, I was panicking because I couldn't find parking. Because if you drive by it looks like they only have one parking spot, and the one parking spot was full, and all of street parking was full. So I literally called them. Yeah, I know, I'm getting there. So I drive to a parking garage that's down the street. It's probably a 20-minute walk. So I'm like, I'm going to be late. So I go to a parking garage and I call, and I can't find my credit cards. I'm like, shoot, now I can't pay for parking. And I call up Sweet Peach and I go, yeah, I'm going to have to cancel. I can't find parking. And they're like, we have a parking lot behind our building, but you can't see it. It's hidden. You wouldn't know it unless someone gave you the heads up that there was a parking lot.
Yeah. There's it's not huge, but yeah, no, they definitely have a good 6-7 spaces right there behind the building.
It's a reasonable amount. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll see y'all in 5. And then I got my coochie lasered. Anyway.
Okay.
Nice.
So back to this date. So now I'm sitting there, I'm eating some nachos, I'm hanging out with the youth group, and we're chit-chatting. I'm thinking about all the things I got to do, and I'm thinking about this man coming in, and all of a sudden Jackson gets there with his girlfriend. I look at him and I go, "Where's my date?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, he's not coming." And I'm like, I just stressed myself. My cortisol spiked for nothing. But we did win trivia that night, so I kind of feel like a win is a win.
Why you didn't come? He heard you were coming?
Yeah, I think so. I told you, this man is not interested in me.
No, time out. Why did he not come?
I don't know. Ask Jackson.
Jackson.
Nah.
Where is Jackson?
You ain't hold Jackson accountable
Isn't
for
that
this?
so rude?
Yeah, he done practically made you go.
And you know what's even meaner? So Jackson, he's there and he's getting drinks for everybody. He goes, "Abby, what do you want to drink? I'll get you a drink." And I go, "Oh, can you get me a Coke Zero?" Comes back empty-handed. Doesn't even get me a Coke Zero. Dude,
Wow.
I was thirsty in both ways. I was parched that night.
How can you sit here and dangle the carrot of a man and then show up empty-handed?
There was no carrot dangling, Kristen.
I texted her hours before and I said, "Would you be upset if he didn't show up tonight? Something has come up." And what was your response? Not even a little bit. Won't be upset at all.
Just conveniently left that entire part out, didn't you, Abby?
Interesting.
You didn't text me that.
I absolutely did. I have receipts for this. And
They text messages save, Abby.
it also worked out perfectly because Abby was not in a laugh, ha, fun trivia mood the entire time. She was completely reserved to herself the entire time. And I kept on trying to bring her into conversation because everyone was kind of paired up a little bit. So I was doing my best. But I could tell that something was going on. So then the next morning I was like, "You had zero fun at trivia last night, didn't you?" And she said, "Nope, not even a little bit of fun."
She got stood up. Of course she didn't have fun. And you forgot her Coke Zero. And
yeah.
what came up? Another date?
No, not another not another date. And
A date with his right hand.
this whole thing turned into a much bigger plan than I had anticipated as well. Like with trivia, you can kind of only have a maximum amount of people that can sit at one of these booths or one of these tables. And so all of a sudden I'm getting texts that Rebecca's bringing a friend and Mikey's not just bringing his girlfriend, but his sister and her sister's guys are coming as well. So it was already going to be kind of a cluster while we were there.
Wait. Was everybody coupled up but you?
Yeah, it's a wonder why I was in a bad mood.
No.
So wait, it's you and your girlfriend.
Yes.
Rebecca and her friend.
And her friend.
And Mikey and his girlfriend, and then his sister and her boyfriend, and then just me in the middle.
But her boyfriend didn't show up until an hour in.
And you text her all of this beforehand, right?
Yes. I let her know
So
everything.
you were not stood up.
That's a lie.
Then why did you go?
Well, no. You said would you be upset if he didn't come? You didn't say he wasn't coming. You said, would you be upset if he didn't come? And I said no, because that would be factual, because I'm going to go hang out with my friends and I'm going to have a good time on a Thursday.
That is a weird way to word, Jackson, that he's not coming.
Yeah, you could have said he's not coming, and then I would have been like, okay.
Instead of it being like, would you be bummed if he was a no-show?
I think
okay.
that's fine.
This to me sounds like whatever he had going on could have been canceled. So if Abby's like, "Yeah, I cleared my night for this," then you, Jackson, would have reported to your dude and been like, "Yo, you gotta come tonight."
So I agree with you in that sense, but here's the exact text that says, "Are you going to be pissed if he can't come? LOL." And she goes, "No, I don't give a F."
Oh, come on, man.
Come on. I can't be the bad guy here.
I got you, bro. Thank you.
What am I supposed to be like? Wow, this man who's already rejected me twice doesn't want to come.
I mean, maybe just I'm coming and I don't know how many times I'm going to do this, so it would be really nice for me to see him. And then I would have been like, boom, okay, I'll make a harder play for him to come.
Why could he not come?
He had some other plan. I don't know.
With another girl.
No, not with another girl.
Irrelevant.
Okay, you're not in the wrong. You will never meet this guy again, Abby, because he did not make time for you. He's done. He is done.
Done.
You're lost.
2 strikes.
He clearly still had plans.
The Bert Show.